So today I'm going to work with calming the mind, a couple of handy tips that you can use. In order to notice how busy your mind is, the first thing I want you to do is get comfortable in a seated position and feel your feet. Take a deep breath in and letting it go. Now I want you to find one spot. Pick one spot in front of you, ideally a little bit below your eye level. And I want you to pick a spot and see if you can hold your eyes at the spot for 10 seconds. Now, notice how hard that was. If your mind is really busy, every thought that's in your mind is actually a movement of energy. So as a craniosacral therapist, if I hold the head of somebody, I can actually perceive the level of busyness in the brain based on the energy movements. So this time, what I want you to do is hold your head, find the spot again, and notice how many currents of, it might be like circular movements, are going whizzing around the head and are having an impact on your eyeballs. So as you're trying to pick one spot to stay, literally your eyeballs are being moved by the currents of thoughts, the currents of energies behind the eyes. So if you start holding the eyes in one position and not allowing them to be distracted, not allowing them to be moved by the energies that are behind you, it's like you create a barrier to those whirling movements. So again, find that point and have strong determination that your eyeballs are not going to be moved by the movements of energy behind your eyes. So the more that you do this, the more you as consciousness can interrupt the flow of whirling thoughts going around and around and around and around. If in your day-to-day life you find very often your mind is spinning out of control, another technique that you can use where nobody will even know that you're using it, obviously if you're using the eye movement it would look a bit strange if you were if you were doing the pointed focus in the middle of a meeting or something. Well, maybe it would work, but anyway, so another technique to use is bringing your attention to the back of your body. And when I talk about the back of your body, I'm talking about the calf muscles, the Achilles, the hamstrings, the buttocks, the back of your back, the back of your neck, the back of your head, and the back of your arms. So if I drew a transverse cut down my body, halfway, that's it, any attention that's brought to the back body has the effect of bringing us into our right hemisphere. The interesting thing about our right hemisphere is that it knows there is no other. There is only the one consciousness. So you can watch lots of videos. For example, there's a TEDx called A Stroke of Insight, where this woman who actually specialized in the brain ended up with a bleed in her left hemisphere, which shut down the left hemisphere for I think 40 minutes. And in that she experienced being everything, because now the right hemisphere had become had taken over, and there is no separation, there is only one. So she knew she was everything, and fear can't exist in this place. And the idea of someone else upsetting you that creates all these thoughts doesn't exist, because there is only consciousness, the one experiencing itself. So if you want to calm your mind consciously, you just consciously move into your back body all the time. And the more that you do it, the more your mind will get used to you being in control. And you, I'm talking about you that isn't the mind and isn't the body, the observer. So the observer is choosing to be in stillness by directing attention to the part of the body that connects with the right hemisphere of the brain. So these are two very helpful techniques that you can use. The two quantum essences from the As I Am range that would come up for racing mind specifically are Jade C, this essence. Jade C is where thoughts actually are felt. The emotion of thoughts are felt in the brain. They're held in the head. That would be the first one. And the second As I Am essence specific for racing mind is Ease 5G. This remedy is the modern day rescue remedy. So it's where people have fears, phobias, panic attacks, mind racing constantly, can't sleep at nighttime, breathlessness, tinnitus, very sensitive to external stimuli. So like the 5G networks are creating a lot of issues for sensitive people. And this is the age of 5G, which is an age of very high technological speeds and overflow of data in the energy fields. So people are spinning and the mind just can't stop. So they're the two I would think of. If you'd like to have a one-to-one consultation with me, we could then pick the essence that is specific for you or that would be the most beneficial. And you could email me at info@asiamessences.com. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.